Recording is in progress.
Do I have the permission to share my screen?
Of course.
Okay, great. Yeah, greetings everyone. Once again, I greatly appreciate our presence here at 3 days ebook publishing training on Amazon. Here in this program, you'll be learning how to publish a book, and you'll be learning how to earn publishing your book and how to earn consulting for others. Today is day 2 of our program. Before you and your host here is Joseph Akinola. Yeah, let's go. Yesterday, we talked about introduction to publishing our books, and we concluded by saying, by looking at how to create a Kindle, a KDP account. Today, being day 2, we shall be looking into publishing on Amazon. Publishing on Amazon. We shall be looking at the how to set up our Kindle, our KDP accounts. We've created it, but I believe we've not completed it, but we shall be doing that at the second part of this training. Also, we shall be looking at parts of our book. Every ebook must have everything that is stated here in this class. The next would be the formatting, how to format your book. Still on practical, and formatting. Then we get into the question and answer. All right, let's go. Parts of an ebook. Parts of an ebook. Every book must have a page title. The cover of the book will show the title of the book. Title of the book is telling us and giving us a kind of idea of what the book is talking about. The next copyright page. What is copyright page? The copyright page, this is the page where we find if the book belongs to you, the content and everything, where you talk about the copyright of the content. Next, we look at next is the acknowledgement page. What comes up on the acknowledgement page? The acknowledgement page is a page where you talk about, where you write about those whom you want to talk about as regards their contribution towards the works you've just concluded and you're about to publish. For example, if I'm writing a book on how to publish an ebook, or I'm writing a book on the story behind this training, on the acknowledgement page of that book, I'm going to write there, Williams for his support in all ways to make this project a successful one. Let's go to the next, which is the dedication. The dedication page. Some people do use it, some don't make use of it, and some just put a name or whatever there. This is also necessary. You might be dedicating the book, the page or the book, the book generally, and on that page to a particular person who had done something so profound on the journey to that book, on the journey of you making that book a successful one. The next page. Meanwhile, I need to say this. All the pages of our books, they must go sequentially. If you miss one, well, I think the book would not be called a book because it won't be complete. It won't be complete. The next page is the table of contents page. Table of contents page, TOC. This page is where you list out the chapters. In chapters, all the chapters and the page where you can find what is on chapter 1, what is on chapter 2, what's on chapter 3, and so on. On the TOC page, looking at it, you can go to any, you can find a page that leads to any of the things you've written about in the book. The next thing is creating chapters. Creating chapters. What do we mean by creating chapters? When you are writing a book, you can't just write a book and just make it from the beginning to the end and it won't have a chapter. There must be a chapter to all the books. Chapter places your book, makes your book to come up in segments, in sections, whereby they can read from the beginning, the next, the next, the next, the next, the next, like that till they get to the end. About the author, about the author. This is where, as an author, this is where you brag, you boast. This and this is what I do. These are the things that makes me to qualify for this, qualify to write this book, and so on. The next is about the book. As a kind of a book description, you need to describe the book. Let people, let your reader, when they pick up your book, let them be able to see the description or get to know a little about what your book is all about. Those are part of the things that you use in kind of taking their interest so that they can want to pick up the book and read. And the last on this list is your book cover. Your book cover. You must not joke with your book cover when it comes to packaging. Your book cover must be well designed, colorful. You use the right fonts. Also, okay, let's quickly talk about some of the things that you need to have on your book cover. On your book cover, there should be the page title, the book title supposed to be there. Okay, just like this. Okay, hold on, please. Give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. Imagine this as a book cover. If you want to talk about, do we say this is attractive? Yes, it looks creative, but a whole lot of things I think are not right with this. On a book cover, the title of the book is supposed to be displayed well positioned and bold there. On your book cover, the name of the author is supposed to be written clear and bold, clean, clear there. Also, on the book cover, you need to look at how you mix out colors, because some little things can just turn people out of, no, I don't want to I don't want to go. No, I don't like it. I can't imagine the content would be fine for me as I don't feel okay with the cover design. That's that. I talked about table of content earlier. I can see you have an idea of how the table of contents looks like. Let's go to the next slide. Getting into our accounts, which we've newly created on KDP, Kindle Publishing. This is the first thing we're going to see. I think we should go practical. Let me stop sharing this, then let's go online and let's see. I'm sharing my screen. If you have created your Kindle accounts, this is what you get. To create your ebook, this is how it looks. This environment that you first enter or that you access as soon as you sign or log into your KDP account is called the bookshelf. It is called the bookshelf. We can call it, you can call it your dashboard. The book, but in this context, we call it the bookshelf. To create your ebook, you use this. Create. There's a yellow button there. Create. It loads you up to the next stage. There are a whole lot of options there, but what we need for this training exercise is create ebook. Create ebook. This is Kindle ebook. You can publish digitally to Kindle and other handheld devices. Create ebook. Click on create ebook. Get you here. Some of the things we must not joke with when trying to create our books are here, and we need to be very, very careful. The first thing we look at this, we need to look at the language we are setting as regards the language in which the book was written. This is English, and I'm going to leave it as English. Enter the book title. Enter your book title. What is the title you've given your book? Enter your. If you has a subtitle, like a kind of further description of what the book title, of what the book is talking about, what the book title is talking about, you can fill it in here. Except you are writing a series, you won't need this section at all. Except you are writing series, you won't need this section at all. Here too, for now, you won't need this section because it's not a kind of a newsletter whereby you kind of different episodes or different editions. Yeah, you won't need this. The next thing you need after the title, scrolling down, is this section, this author section. Author section. Fill in your first name, last name. Yeah, in this author section, fill in your first name and fill in your last name. This section is most of the time not needed. Why? You would be needing this section if the book is co-authored, or if the book is co-authored, or there were contributions from other authors. That's when you would be writing their names here and adding another one and adding their names here. Let me take that again. If the book was written by just a single author, which is you being the writer, you won't need this session. But if the book is written and you have contributors from other authors, contributions from other authors, then you fill in their names here, the first name and the last name. This section is a must. Your reader, or let me call them your prospective or potential readers, your reader must have an idea of what your book is talking about. Sometimes you can use your about the book. You can fill it in here. Description. Enter the book description. This shouldn't be more than maybe 2-3 paragraphs, depending on how good you are at writing. The next section is this. Look at it very well. It reads, publishing rights. I own the copyright and I hold the necessary publishing rights. Or this is a public work. Or this is a public work. Look at this. If you are the original content owner of what you are about to publish, you choose this option. But if you are not, you choose this option. But in this case, I believe you are the author. You are the owner or rightful owner, original owner of the content, and you will say that the content you are about to publish is original and it's yours. You click on this. You need this session. Why do you need this session? Why do you need this section? There's something called keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are words that are key. Yes, words that are key in a particular sentence. Okay, let me take, for instance, the boy is going home. The key words in that statement is boy, home. The key words in that sentence or in that statement is boy, home. Fine. You now look through your book from the beginning to the end. What are the keywords that when anyone trying to search, they can easily find my book? Then you fill them in here. Take, for instance, you're writing on how to be the best writer in the world. It has, the book has like 10 chapters, and you are done writing the book. The next thing you would be needing is to write out the keywords for that book. I think you should fill in words that resonate in mind when anyone wants to think about, okay, the best book in the world, okay, best writer, tips for writing, and depending on anything or whatever you've packaged in the book. This session is very, very important. The next session, which is titled categories. Category section, this is where you fill in the category which your book falls into. This is where you fill in the category where your book falls in. The next here, most of your books won't need this, except you are writing a children's book, except you are writing for kids. That's when you will need all this, or maybe an educational kind of book. When you're done there, you make sure this is clicked on. I want all I've said to sync. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill it in up from the beginning. What is the book title? Okay, the title of our book is Ebook Publishing Mastery. Ebook publishing mastery. The book has no subtitle. It's not a book that comes in series, no edition. The author is Joseph. The first name is Joseph. The surname is Akinola. No contributing writer, no contributor. Here, there's supposed to be a description. This book talks about how to master the skill of writing. Also, lots of tips about mastering the KDP platform to publish your book. I'll leave it at that because of our time. Then the next thing, I'm going to use this. I own the copyright and I own the necessary publishing rights. Here, what are the keywords? Don't forget the title of the book is Ebook Publishing Mastery. So that alone, I can use that as the first one. Ebook Publishing Mastery. Another keyword I can use, ebook secrets. Another one I can use, ebook publishing. Another one I can use, publishing mastery. Another one I can use, mastering ebook publishing. Next, I can use ebook tips or tips for ebook. Publishing. Like that, those are good keywords. Then we get to categories. Our books are not, they are not, it's not a fiction, not non-fiction. This book is kind of educational. You have to choose a category which your book falls under. Educational. Okay, fine. You look through what are the things you can talk about. I think, okay, it's kind of under computer. Okay, you look through again. Other things you can talk about as regards okay, fine. You can talk about homeschooling because at least when you go through it, you will learn some things. So save. Look at it. The max you can do is two categories. Then we look at the next stage. We don't need this stage. This one, I am ready to release my book now. Save and continue. Yeah. As soon as we the stage we were was Kindle ebook details. That was the stage we've just completed. Now it has brought us to the second stage, which is continuing. Here, if our manuscripts are ready, we're going to use this to upload our manuscripts. What are manuscripts? Or what's a manuscript? A manuscript is is a book content written that is ready to be published, or book content written that is ready to go to the publisher, go to the press. The next we'll look at and we need to do is to upload. We need to upload, or we create our own cover. Kindle has a lot of options for us. If you have designed, you can use this, but all the best, you can use this. Launch Cover Creator. Launch Cover Creator. Let's get there and see how it looks and try to get a cover for our book. Let's choose from, we want to choose an image from Kindle Gallery. We're talking about book writing, so I think we should use this. We have a whole lot of things there to choose from, options. So let's use concept and ideas. Concept and ideas. Okay, let's choose, okay, this is what's closer, communication. Don't forget our book title is Ebook Publishing Mastery. So we need something that would connect, which when anyone sees, it can make a whole lot of sense. Okay, fine. We can use this, or we use this. But for this exercise, let's choose this. So we are using this image. Can we all see? These are different designs, pre-designs that we can use. For this purpose, I'll choose this so that we can move on. If the book has a subtitle, this is the option for that. You can see it here. If the book has a subtitle, add a subtitle here. If the book has a subtitle, you can see there, add a subtitle here. So let's choose this. We have previewed it, position, and you can change it, you can move it anyhow, you can move it. You can move it to anywhere you want it to be. You can edit it. Fine. Then you can preview to see how it would look. And once you are okay with the outlook, this is how your book cover would look. Then you save and submit. You save and submit. You save and submit. We are still, look at it. Cover upload successful. Cover upload successful. If we had uploaded our manuscripts, okay, if we had uploaded our manuscripts, we would be able to move on to say save and continue. The last thing I need to look out for, I need to talk about here is when you are publishing an ebook on Kindle, Amazon, you won't need a ISBN number. You won't need an ISBN number. ISBN number is a standard international standard book numbering system across the globe, which identifies not the author, but identifies the particular book, the title, the book title of an author, separates it, and it separates, identifies it. And once you're done, you choose save and continue. It won't go for one reason, because we are yet to upload a book manuscript. It won't go because we are yet to upload a book manuscript. I want to go back to my slide and share a few things there, or do a kind of recap. In this lesson today, we've learned how to create our ebook trying to publish on Amazon. The next, we tried to choose ebook under Kindle ebook. The next, under the first section here, we entered the book title, and if it has subtitle, we added the subtitle to it. The next important section on this part is we added our first name and our last name. If I said earlier that if there are contributors, I mean additional writer, you add their names here. The next is description. This section is where we describe the content of our book. We also look into keywords. What are keywords? How do we come up with a keyword, the right keyword for our books? I need you to know that keywords are part of the things that makes your book to be discovered or to be searchable anywhere. Kind of even in the library, even online, anywhere, it makes your book to be searchable. The next is categories. Here we looked or we talked about the section or the area where our book falls under. Is it educational? Is it a fictional, a non-fictional book? Just like that. Lastly, practicals. We've actually done the practicals, but now the room is open for questions.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Sondemomo.
Okay.
I want a clarification.
Okay.
When you get to a part of, when you want to upload your ebook, you get to a part, the copyright part. You said, I hold the copyright and I hold the necessary rights.
Yes.
One. Then the other one, this is a public domain work. Now, let's assume I own the write-up, the article, and I had to go to Google or I go online to download images. Let's assume my articles need to be to go with images, and I go there to download images. Do I still have total rights to the ebook?
Okay. As regards that, your answer is plus and minus, but I'm going to answer it. When you are publishing your book and you are using everything that you use on that book must be acknowledged. Take, for instance, someone, let me try to go back to share my screen. No, it's not what I want to share. Share my browser. Take, for instance, on your book, but you were not the one who did the cover design. You are supposed to acknowledge the designer of that book. How do I mean? On the page, on the copyright page, there's a section there at the bottom where you put cover design by the name of the designer is supposed to be there. But on this particular book I've just tried to publish here now, I designed the cover myself. So The same thing, all the images that you will be using on your book must be owned by you. How do I mean? You take them originally or you buy stock photos. You take those pictures originally or you buy stock photos. Lastly, okay, take for instance, you want to, it's kind of a demonstration on my phone that I want to add to it. I didn't Google to get that images. I got those images by me. I operated my phone and I got to a particular section there and I did a screenshot and I added it to my book. Now, if the picture you want to use, you can't find any around to snap to capture it yourself. Another thing is to go online. There are websites where you can buy stock photos. There are websites where you can buy stock photos. You pay and you buy, and they give you the right to use those photos or pictures, depending on whatever you call them. The last option I have for you is this. There are also sites where they offer free stock photos. There are also websites that offers free stock photos, where when you get there, you choose whichever photo you want to use and you use. But there's a caveat there. Somewhere in your book, you're supposed to put it there, a caption there, that this picture or this image was gotten from this site. You put it on the net. It's just like you, for instance, when you are reading a newspaper, you will see a picture there. You see a picture there, and on the net, it will show you that, okay, so name snapped this picture. It's credit. That credit must be there. That credit must be there. But some people, when they write their book, they don't want anything. They don't want to connect. You never came to this world alone, and everything that you're doing in this world, there are contributions of one or two people. It's a contribution of a lot of people around you. You need to acknowledge all those things, and that's just it. Did I answer your question rightly?
Yes, you did.
Good. Any other question?
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Good evening.
I am Mona Lisa Igwe.
Welcome.
From where? Thank you, sir. I'm participating from Ondo.
Ondo State. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. My question is on the keywords. If you are writing fiction, for instance.
Any question for us?
Yeah, I said my question is on keywords.
Okay.
Yes. Assuming you are writing fiction.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to use as keywords? There's supposed to be a long narrative. How do you pick keywords when writing fiction?
Okay. To pick a keyword is a very good example is this. How do you pick a keyword from a paragraph? Or how do you pick a keyword from a sentence? You see it? That is a sentence on its own, and we want to pick we want to pick keywords from this sentence. Keywords from this sentence.
Okay.
How do you pick a keyword from this sentence? So the first thing I think is necessary there is keyword. That sentence is talking about keyword. And the next thing on that sentence is sentence, because you're talking about something. Okay, let me use something else. The boy is going to school. On that sentence, on that line is boy, and the next is school. Fine. You've written a fiction. Your fiction is all about what? That's a keyword. You're writing about romance. Yes, that's a keyword, romance. That's the first one.
Okay.
2, under romance, what are other categories, other things you talked about in the book? You pick them. You pick the things that you can use to describe your book. If you've written a book on love affairs now or romance, if you want to write on keywords, those keywords, it could be the chapters. It could be a part of the chapters in your book. It could be part of a chapter. It could be like, but it shouldn't be more than max 3 words. Max 3 words.
The keywords shouldn't be more than 3.
Yes, you can see how I did mine. You see, the title of the book is Ebook Publishing Mastery. Now, I don't want to use mastery as part of my keyword. Singularly, I don't want to use mastery. I say publishing mastery. Anyone could Google or could search publishing mastery, and my book would be among the books that would pop up. Anyone could type search tips for ebook publishing. It comes up. Mastering ebook publishing. Those are the things that when people that you can use in describing, you have to pick a pen and paper and list out the words or the lines that people could think about if they want to think about your book, or that you want people to think about thinking about your book.
Okay, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay,
and
great.
I have a second question.
Okay.
My second question is like, if someone wants to search for your book, do they necessarily should have a Kindle account?
If someone wants to search for a book, if I got you right?
Yes, like someone wants to search for my book now. Does the person sign up into a Kindle account before searching for my book?
No.
Okay.
I'm assuming I don't have a Kindle account.
Okay.
I'm here now. This is Amazon. I want to search for your book. Amazon
All right.
is all-encompassing as regards what it offers. So what I'll do is this, in order to narrow down what I want to search for, because there are other things, they sell electronics, you can see a whole lot of cosmetics and the rest. You choose Kindle store.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll now search for a book title, How to Be a Real Estate Investor.
Okay.
You see it. And if part of the keywords of your book relating to in real estate, maybe take for instance, you've written a book on real estate. If part of the keywords you've used for your book is what I've just searched out, what I've just typed out here, or either real estate investor or the rest, your book is going to show up like this. And if also you are not using this, the book title, you're using the name of the author, Joseph Akinola, to search for the book, any book that the author has written is going to show up. This is a book by Joseph Akinola. You see it. Look at the mixture here. 3 authors wrote this book. You can see. And they still brought it out, but this is not, you see it. This is another one by Joseph Akinola.
All right.
Another one by Joseph Akinola. This is another one by Joseph Akinola. So just like that.
All right, sir.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
Yeah, my name is Shegun Taiwo.
Okay.
Yeah,
from
and my
location?
I'm from Lagos. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay.
So my question is back to what the first speaker, the question the first speaker asked you.
Okay.
As regards the work credits, to that, does he need to enlist people that you borrow works from them? Is it necessary for us to enlist them in the works or in the publishing space with the materials you're publishing online? So as regards that, if we're going to credit their work, does that mean we also share royalties with them when the book is being published?
No. No. You are not sharing royalties with them. You are not sharing royalties with them. Yeah. You're not sharing royalties with them.
Okay. So my second question is, I'm sorry to take the class maybe ahead because I'm just joining
We all are
today.
learning. I believe every other person listening are also learning.
Okay. My second question is this. As regards royalty, is it immediately as people are viewing the works that the royalties are being paid, or is it another kind of process entirely?
Okay, as regards that, royalties are being paid at a particular date of the month. The royalties are being paid monthly. And there are ways you do it. You could set a threshold, one, and you could also set a particular date that, okay, I'm not even ready to make it now. All your royalties will be there. You come around, maybe monthly you want to come and get your, please, you can mute yourself if you're not talking, please. Hello? Okay, sorry about that. Moving on, talking about royalties. Okay, is it our royalties we're talking about? Okay, yes, your royalty. Yeah, your royalties are being paid when you request for it or at the particular date of the month. Due date, at the particular due date of the month. That's when you receive your royalty. Am I clear?
Yes, I'm a little bit clear, but what I asked, you did not really answer it.
Okay, maybe I don't get you right.
What I asked was that, is it as they view the works that is being paid, or is it stipulated amount that should be paid to this particular author for writing this work?
Okay. Our first part of the things we're going to be doing tomorrow is, I told us at the first class, which we had yesterday, that we all should start taking notes. And I dropped the presentation slides on the group that we all should read through, study, and take our notes from it. Today, I'm gonna still drop this video and also the presentation slides so that we can take our notes. Tomorrow, we shall be uploading our manuscripts and we shall be publishing our book finally fully online. Lastly, why I had to explain all this is this. We shall be finalizing or concluding our account setup. We shall be concluding our account setup. I think we still have some time, so maybe we can quickly look into that right away. For some of us who have created our accounts, finalizing on your accounts, let's quickly look at that. Getting to KDP, signing up under KDP. As soon as we're done signing up, the next thing is to sort out our account details. I'm trying to log into my accounts. As soon as the next we need to do is to enter our account details. What do I mean by account details? It's not a bank account, but account details are our profile, our personal account. Okay, I think I got the. Give me a minute. 2248192. Okay, as we're gonna set up the profile and we're gonna drop our address. We're gonna fill in our address there. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Give me a minute. Good. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. How do you get here? When you sign into KDP account, it brings you to the bookshelf. Bookshelf. Hold on, let me save this setting. It takes you to the bookshelf. To finalize on your account, if you're just creating the account, it's going to open something up here that you need to complete. You need to complete your account information. But for this purpose, since this account has been created before, but I want to use to show us how to fill in our account details, we're going to use this, your account. You can see that on the top side of the screen, your account. Click on your account. It's going to bring up all these things. You're going to fill in all these things. I want to use this as another section. All right. This is another section I need us to look out to. When we are filling our account details of how we would be paid our royalties for our ebooks, which are listed on Amazon. This is my account area, or your account area of your Kindle or Amazon Kindle platform portal. The first thing you look out is, you see here is business type. Is it an incorporation? Is it a corporation or individual? Since it's an individual, you choose individual. You fill in the date of birth. Fill in the date of birth. Let's use this calendar. Yeah, fill in the date of birth. That is settled. The country. Then don't forget, look at legal name. I need to lay more emphasis on this. Some people, they use, even on Facebook and social media, they try to use some of these name, either fictitious or the name that looks stylish and fine, interpretation of their names. But when you get here, when you try and mess with it, you will just waste the account. Though you'll be seeing your money, but it will just be useless. Yes. What's the legal name you've gotten as regards on either of your documents, your government documents, ID cards, and the rest, your legal name? The reason why I'm laying emphasis on this, some people on the other side, where we are putting the names of the author, they might choose not to use maybe an African name, or they don't want to use their real name so that people will not think, okay, this man wrote, no, I don't like him, I won't buy his book. You understand? So on the other side, they might not use their legal name as the author's name. So they use another name, but when it gets to this place, you must use your legal name. A good example is this. The book I've just tried to publish in the first session, the name I used there was my legal name. Take, for instance, I chose not to use the name, I used my pen name. What is a pen name? A pen name is a name you chose to use for let me say, for identification. Yeah, for personality identification on that particular thing you're doing. That's the name you want to be identified with on that area. Fine, you use that as your pen name. But when it's talking about your legal name, the name which is on your ID card or government issued identification materials, you need to put them here. Then you fill in your address. You fill in your address. You fill in your address. When you fill in your address, when you fill in your address, don't forget that you would be receiving your money in checks. You'll be receiving your money in checks. Why? You'll be receiving your money in checks. Why? Because you don't have a US bank account and it doesn't work with these parts. I'm talking about the people in Nigeria now. You don't have a US account and it doesn't work with the people on this part of the world. So you'll be receiving your money in checks. So because of that, you fill in your correct address here. Put everything, then you scroll down. You scroll down. This section, you must not miss out of it. You must not miss it. Tax interview completed. You need to, I completed mine. I just did another, I updated it again, but I want to go back there. Let me save this and let me go back there. Let me go there so I can show you a few things you need to fill out there. This is it. Take the tax information interview. Take the interview. As soon as the interview page, the tax interview page loads up. It's taking time. Okay, fine. As soon as the tax information interview loads up, you fill it up. Look at, if you're a Nigerian, you fill in your country. If you're a US citizen, any part of the world you're watching, viewing from, you try to understand your jurisdiction and you follow through. Tax identification is an individual, so you choose individual. Are you a US citizen? Do you have a US permanent resident, which is green card? Are you a green card holder? Or you're an alien in US? You choose whichever. This is mine. I'm currently not a US citizen, so no, chosen. The next, are you acting as an intermediary agent or other person receiving payment on behalf of? Don't forget, the reason for this section is you are trying to put together, you're trying to fill in details where the check, your royalty will be sent, be mailed. Fine. So are you acting as no, I'm not acting as an intermediary agent. This is me. I own the account and I think I'm eligible to be sent the money directly. So you choose no. The next is tax identification. Tax identification. You put your name here, tax identity information. You put your name here, you put your address here. Why do you put your name and address here? You put your name and address here so that when they mail the check, it comes to you directly. And you come here, you choose, I have a non-US, you see it. You don't have a non-US, you don't have, so you remove it. You remove it. You don't have a US thing, you remove it. What you use is this. For Nigerian, this is what you use. For Nigerian, this is what you use. But if you're a US citizen, you use this. If you are from other countries, you use this. If you have a TIN, what is TIN? That's your tax identification number. So you use this. This, if you don't follow this instruction as a Nigerian, filling this tax interview form, you might have issues with you might not be successful at setting up this thing. So just follow this instruction strictly. Then the next is continue. It would tell you to sign the document you have filled and you are good. Sign and submit. This checkbox, this is it. You are checking this box and saying that you consent to provide electronic signature for information provided above. You see it? The next is, this is the document you read up. You are an individual, a person, you see, this is everything. You read it up, and after reading, once you agree with it, you check this box again. Are you filling? What's your full name? My full name is, okay, my first and last name is Joseph Akinola, and this is today's date. Save and preview. It comes up with this. You could save it. Most of the time, I normally do screenshot. You could save it. You can see these are the information field, the name, the country. These are the address where your check will be sent, which is your permanent address. And this is the document you agreed upon and you signed. This is your name, this is the date, and this is also your name printing that you've signed here. Print the name of the signer here. As soon as you're done, submit form. That is it. That is it. Exit interview section. As soon as you're done, it shows tax interview information. Your tax information has been received and successfully validated. Application withholding rate. Okay, this is okay. This is part of other things we're going to talk about, hopefully, maybe in the next class. Exit interview. Exit interview. Look at, let me go back. I think I need to go back. I need to show you something. I need to show you something. Tax information, yeah. View tax information. Well, as soon as you're done, I want to show you something on the right-hand side before you exit the tax information interview. Continue. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Continue. I want to show you something on the right-hand side. Sign this, fill in your name, save and preview. Go through the preview. Are you okay with all that you filled in? Then choose submit form. The next session, look at, this is what I want to show us. Print, download. With this, you'll be able to have a copy of the tax information interview you have just filled the form. With this, you'll be able to have a copy. So if you have a printer connected to your system, fine, use print. If not, you use download. It downloads to your, it downloads there and you are good to go. Once it downloads there, you are good to go. Then you exit interview. I hope this session has done judgment to fill in our account details on the KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing account. Any other question, please? And I want to ask, did I answer your question satisfactorily? Okay, I can see Ola Concepts. You have a question. You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Lamidi Sadiq. My name is Lamidi Sadiq.
Okay.
My name is Lamidi Sadiq from Lagos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Is it possible to publish a book, an ebook for someone through this our own KDP page?
Is that all your question?
Or we are to open a separate KDP account for the person before we can publish the person's book?
Are you through with your question?
Okay.
Are you through with your question?
Yeah, I'm true. I'm true.
Okay. The answer to it.
Yes, that's my question.
You are not permitted. Let me use the word permitted. So you underline it. How would you publish book for other person under your account? That means you want to be receiving the royalty of the person's book. So it's not right. It's not right. That's where the earning part of these skills we are learning. That's the earning. Or how to publish for others, or maybe who writes. Where you earn money again is publishing for others, the consulting side of it. To do that, you would create an account for them and you would publish their book under their account with all their details and all their account details. And you are good to go. Your question rightly
All right.
answered?
Thank you very much.
Good.
Yeah.
Any other question? I can see Sunday Momo. Okay. Can unmute yourself. Okay, great.
This is still Sunday Momo from Lagos.
Okay, great. Welcome.
I have two questions.
Okay.
The first questions, apart from waiting for check to get to you for your royalty, is there no any other means of receiving payment from KDP stuff that is applicable to us in Nigeria here?
Okay. Is that all?
Then the second one, apart from if you are trying to publish your publish your book on KDP, is there no any other way of creating a book cover? Because the one you showed us is you using the template on the KDP.
Yes.
Is there no any other way of creating book cover? So those are my two questions. Okay,
fine. The first question is if there are other ways to receive money aside receiving checks. Yes, there are other ways. Don't forget, I need to say this and repeat again. This is the basic class where you learn the basics of publishing. So the basic aspect is, and what is applicable currently in Nigeria is check. But other ways, you would learn that when you become a master. So I would suggest you go and master this, then you learn all that later. Meanwhile, hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll be talking about the masterclass, which I believe most of us would like to or would be interested, I'd like to join so that we can learn more about that in the masterclass. So this is the basic class and that's the basics. Go and start working on that, get results from that. And if you think you need more and you're okay with that, you need more now, good. You enroll for the masterclass after this class, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. The second question, talking about, what was it?
Other means of getting book cover.
Okay, fine. Yes. For that, you could design. Let's quickly go there. Other means of getting book cover, you design, then you upload. You design, there are a whole lot of platforms you could use to design, a whole lot of platform. This is where you do that. The first one is the details about the book. Second one is ebook content. Here, you design or you get a designer around, a local designer, or you go on different platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, like that. You get someone to design a very good, appealing, attractive book cover for you. And as soon as you're done, use this to upload it, upload your cover. You see, these are the format it must be. JPEG or TIFF. So that's it. I hope your question is answered satisfactorily.
Yes.
Good. Next, Sammy, you can unmute yourself, introduce yourself. Let's have a question. Please go ahead.
So mine is actually an observation.
Okay. Please speak out loud. We can barely hear you.
I said mine is an observation. As you were taking us through the fill of the account, I observed that when you
we can't hear you. I can't.
Wow. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, I can hear you a little louder now.
Okay. I said that mine is an observation.
Okay.
While you are taking us through the filling of the author's account section, yes, I observed that you unchecked the non-US thing. and then you pick that the country you reside does not have tin. But then we do have tin in Nigeria.
Yes.
And the second part of it, which is very important, is that they say that if you don't supply anything, there won't be any reduction of 30% withholding tax, meaning that you are 30% the reduction is taken away from what you are due. For instance, if you're supposed to take $100, they're supposed to pay $100. If they take away 30%, what you would get will be $70. But if you actually supply a non-US thing, you will get more than $70. So that's what's on that page. I just thought that to point it out.
Okay. Is that all your question? Okay, good. Fine. As regards that, I need you to understand something. In every country you work, you need to pay tax. If you're a US citizen and you applied and you're doing this, the tax goes to US. But now you are saying you don't have a tin, you don't, fine. The tax will still go somewhere. The tax will still go somewhere. And you can, even if you add a US account or US anything there, you have a US tin and the rest, the tax, you will only, the tin identification number will only be there, whereby that's what will identify, that's where your tin, and that's where your tax will be paid. True. That is what they will use to identify, okay, so person, Sammy from so location, jurisdiction in United States, this is his tin here. So that tin would, as in they will use it to pay your tax as regards your earning profit from this project or this business to the government. So that's just it. So, and if at all you say you don't have a US tin, just as I did, that okay, the tax will still go somewhere. So that's just it. One more question and we round up this class. Okay, I think, do you still have a question? Any other question? If you have a question, I've tried to unmute you so you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Oh.
Hello. Wow.
Hi.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you, sir.
A great pleasure. Welcome on board.
I appreciate the informative ebook courses, and this is exactly what we need help
Please,
with.
before you continue, Ma, let's meet you. Your name and where you are reaching us from.
Okay, so this is Dr. Truth Bay from Los Angeles.
Okay,
and
great.
Working on civil duties, community housing, everything for the original man, the diaspora. So it's a lot that we want to put together to make a sort of like a transcript documentary, and this ebook is, I think, is the perfect fit. But do want to make sure that the accounts, and when we sign up, because I did have some issues reloading, they're asking for passwords and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's normal, but to continue to have sign up so we can have clarification on an active account. So
Okay.
that's where I'm at the moment.
Okay, no problem. It's great. Firstly, it's great having you on the call. This training, we greatly appreciate your presence on this call. Secondly, as regards the challenge you're having, maybe after the class, we can both look into that and see how to sort that out. I believe maybe you're using, maybe you're not using a Chrome browser, or maybe the network, but I don't think it could be the network. But anyway, we shall look into that after the class. Thank you for letting us know the challenge you have in signing up.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, a pleasure. All right. Any other question? If no more question, I think we've done judgments to our teachings today. I greatly appreciate each and every one of us for showing up at this training. And once again, I appreciate the presence of a mentor and a father, a brother, a business partner, Ambassador Andrew Williams, Honorable Andrew Williams, as he always enjoy us to call him. Thanks so much for your support, and thanks so much. Thanks so much. We can't say more than that. Over to you, sir, for your closing remarks.
Well, thank you very much. This is Andrew Williams Jr. I'm here in Los Angeles, California. So good to see you, Dr. Bello. But we're here providing support services for everything that Joseph Akinola is doing. And I do want to encourage you to make sure we have your email address in the chat if you want to get a copy of the chat and any notes there. But I'll turn it back over to you, Joseph Akinola, and I'm going to wind this down. If there are no further questions, I'm going to end today's session.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, what was the assignment for today?
Okay, the assignment for today is go back and your assignment yesterday, I don't know if you've completed, if you've gone through the lecture for yesterday, you've taken notes. The assignment is go back from today's lecture, you take notes again and add them to your to the notes you've taken, because tomorrow we shall be publishing your manuscripts. Those things that you've taken, you've put together as notes are going to be your works, are going to be converted to your manuscripts, which you shall be publishing. Could call it my lesson notes, could call it my training, Amazon training. You shall publish it and your book would go live. When your book goes live, then you know that yes, you came out of this course a warrior, a victor, or you actually learned something out of from this course. And that's the first assignment. The second assignment is a lot of us have created a Kindle account, but we are yet to fill in our account details, just the way I did, from starting from adding your profile to it. Next is adding your address to it, because it's through your address that you will be paid. Your checks will be sent to you. And thirdly, filling the tax interview information or tax information interview. As soon as you've done that, submit, download the tax interview form, and we need to see it to be sure that you actually did that exercise, actually completed that exercise, and that's all. As soon as so the assignment is make sure your notes are up to date, because you're going to be publishing them as a book tomorrow. 1, 2, complete your account details so that your account will be ready to receive money when you are about to be paid. So that's it. I chose to break the assignment into bits like that. If I had done all this under the creating account initially and added all the account details which we filled in yesterday, it would be a long thing if you were having issues. So I break it into bits so that you create the account. Then today we look into something else. Then tomorrow we'll be going live. We'll be publishing our book. We'll be uploading our manuscript, publishing our book, and in less than 24 hours or maybe 5-10 hours, our book will go live on the Amazon bookstore.
All right, sir.
Good. Welcome.
All right, thanks everyone here. We're going to end today's session and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay, a closing remark.